doesn't have a category yet. Going to games and demos for the duration of this one, which I try to avoid now because it counts as a mature category, and apparently a bunch of places can't actually do that without age verification now, which is fucking stupid. And of course, now it says the one I had Which, why is your system so dog shit? Why? Why are you bad at being a website? There we go. All my windows back. Alright, this is Brewed and Battered. This one caught my eye because of how the upgrade system in it works, and we'll talk about that here in a second when we actually get started. We have only one character to choose from, Brenvir. Component shop contains one additional component, and you gain one free reroll when you level up. So our choices are the Dexter Decanter, throw a bottle of this potion to the right, which creates a potion area upon breaking, or the Salamoniac, moves this potion's areas towards the nearest enemy. And the element of fire, wild flames are conjured, dealing massive damage to enemies. And the element of earth, the ground shatters and warps, pushing enemies in the direction the potion area is moving. Let's try earth and Salamoniac. Because what this is basically you're playing as an alchemist. You're mixing potions together to defend yourself from the hordes of enemies that wish us harm. And we only have one stage, which is just the forest, so here we are. Okay, so it makes kind of like an earth chaser wave. That's helpful. When I tested this, I did fire and potion bottle, and it just made like fire fields that were fairly small. They did a decent job, but these seem like they'll be more effective overall. Now, the little blue things are what you spend in this shop here, and the yellow things allow you to upgrade your stuff on the next menu. So we've got Cobalt. Scales this potion's area perpendicular to the direction you're moving. Borax. Increase the element damage dealt to ranged enemies. Manganese. Scales this potion's area perpendicular to the direction they are moving. Copper moves this potion's area left. Oxygen moves this potion's area up. Let's re-roll that. Let's see what we get. Arsenic moves this potion's area away from you. Infernus Infuser throws a bottle of this potion downward, which creates a potion area upon breaking. Tin moves this potion's area right. Spirit of Wine increases the element's damage for 10 seconds after you heal. Aqua Regia increases the element damage dealt to an enemy when it first enters the potion area, but decreases subsequent damage. I do not know why I was struggling with subsequent. That is a word I've used before. We don't have an element yet, so let's not worry about grabbing any of the throwing options. We'll go ahead and take the Aqua Regia, and then on the next page you can arrange your potions accordingly. And we'll add a ingredient space for the Aqua Regia. You can also boost the stats of all of these, boost the push speed of your earth element, increase the duration of your attack, let you throw it faster, like the actual object will move faster, and then change your recharge time to be faster or slower. And this is how you add entirely new potions to your setup. So we'll grab one of those preemptively, and then we will raise the duration of our earth potions. So now they'll chase longer. Their first hit will do more damage, but all hits afterwards will do less. So I feel like that's not actually that effective for us, but I wanted to try it out. Oh, I see. When I'm standing still, I generate blue. When I'm moving, I generate yellow. I was trying to figure out how that worked. Now I know. And when the two bars meet, that's when you get your shop. So let's see, we got Solution. Increase the potency by 1% for every pixel between you and the potion area center. That seems to be very useful for our earth spell. Zinc. We've seen manganese, we've seen distillation. Increase the potency by 250% and for 0.4 seconds after the potion's area is created. That would also be very good for our earth spell. Tartar. Increase the element's damage for 0.1 seconds when a different enemy enters the potion area. That also seems useful. We're gonna grab the distillation and reroll. So we can get fire. We can also get gold. Moves this potion's area in a clockwise circle around you. Serration. Increase the potency for 5% for each area of this potion that is on screen. Oil. An oily residue coats the area, increasing your dodge chance. Dodge chance is capped at 60%. And then Niter. It increases the element's damage for 10 seconds after you dodge an attack. So let's go ahead and grab fire. We don't have a vehicle by which to send the fire out yet, but that'll be fine. Because what we can do is we can swap the fire into the spot that the earth is for the time being, because I think that'll do more damage. And we'll swap the Aqua Regia out for distillation. I think the earth potion just won't do anything. We'll find out, though. Oh, actually, I guess I could put the Aqua Regia there. But there's nothing that, like, indicates what this is gonna do, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Let's find out. Okay, no, it just does, like, a potion area at my feet if it doesn't have an indicated area. Okay. That's not the most useful, but not the worst either. Okay, and standing still is now much more dangerous. The music has given up on me. Apparently they don't have looping music, which is a problem. Ooh, wind. A gust of wind is formed, blowing projectiles in the direction the potion area is moving. Projection. Increase the potency by 150%. Decreases the potency for every pixel between you and the potion area center, so the opposite of the one we saw earlier. Altus Ampula. Throws a bottle of this potion upward, which creates a potion area upon breaking. Calc. Increase the element damage dealt to enemies that have over 80% of their health. And Nickel. Scales this potion's area perpendicular to the direction their bottle was thrown. Interesting. I'm gonna grab that and that. Because I have an idea. Get rid of the Aqua Regia. Buy an extra slot. We can have the Earth Potion thrown upward, but it's stretched downward. Actually, no, it'll be perpendicular, so it'll make it wider, which is actually even better. And you'll notice we can actually decrease the potion duration of my fire potions for free now, which is interesting. Let's go ahead and decrease our recharge time so we can throw more potions. Oh yeah, and those 3 heart vials up there, as you might imagine, are our health. That runs out, it's game over. We don't have a dodge or anything. We're just kind of walking around, vibing, no shirt, just a magic hat. You know, as you do. Because clearly it's a great idea to practice alchemy without a shirt. After all, what could possibly go wrong, right? Illumination. Inspirational light shines down from the heavens, pulling experience orbs to the center of the potion area. Borax we've seen, Infernus Infuser we've seen, Earth we've seen, Oil we've seen. Okay. I like sell this back to the shop. No. Illumination does seem useful. Let's grab that. And reroll just for curiosity's sake. Quartz oscillates this potion's areas horizontally. Salt increases the damage when you're within the potion area. Iron moves the potion area towards you. Calc, we've seen. And water. Cleansing waters spray the area, healing you after spending enough time in them. That seems vaguely useful, but not super useful. So let's go ahead and activate yet another potion so we can get our illumination going. We'll need a vehicle by which for that to get sent out, but one problem at a time. And we'll increase the base damage of our fire because we're starting to have some trouble. Oh, we got hydras that shoot at us now. And turtles. So I definitely made the right choice by raising my damage now because we're having new threats come in and a lot of enemies coming up at us. So far, the illumination being placed at my feet does not seem very helpful. Cinnabar moves this potion's area to a random enemy after an enemy dies in the potion area. Ooh, that does sound like it could be fun. Phlogiston moves this potion's area as in random direction. That also could be fun. Phosphorus scales this potion's area in the direction you're moving. I think we've seen that before. We'll grab the Cinnabar and then reroll. Random direction could work for our experience thing. Ooh, but multiplication increases the potency by 50% for each active potion. Yes, give me that. We still don't have a vehicle for our illumination, and that's a problem. But consider we can make our fire much, much stronger. And actually, we could just have the Cinnabar go in random, make the illumination go random. Maybe that'll work itself out. Base pull speed, base movement speed, throw distance. Let's have the fire move faster. I know I'm kind of committing a lot to the fire, but the fire is kind of our most useful thing. So I may switch it back to Earth. The Earth will make it do less damage, but it will push enemies away, and that might be important to saving our lives at this rate. I don't know if the cursor's on screen, so I'm just gonna float that off the screen just in case. A lot of points for upgrades, not so much for anything else. Let's go ahead and get the Dexter Decanter for our illumination, so we can at least go somewhere to start with. Actually, I think the gold... Oh, the gold would be useful. We can lock the shop, though. And that should work out for us just fine. There we go. That way that gets actually, like, thrown out into the air. I'm not sure how often you need to hit that there, ABC, but you do you. You have fun. Oh, okay, these can be stacked down here, too. Which makes a lot more room, which might actually make more of a difference for how these work. This also means we could have the Aqua Regia back. See how that works out. Oh wow, the fire travels very fast suddenly. So I think that's working. Not necessarily working the way I want it to, but it's working. Okay, we did not actually get any blue because I was moving the whole time. I don't need to stay locked. Now that I understand that a bit more, though, raise the base damage a bit more. Why is that traveling so fast? Oh, because it's raising the potency of that component of it. That's how that works. Okay. So if I, like, put that here... No, because the movement speed's still reporting, like, very high. I'm not sure. I thought I understood, and now I'm not sure I understand. No, it did slow down, though, which is what I wanted, because I wanted to be able to hit multiple times. So if it travels too fast, it can't actually hit, like, anything. We got hit again. There we go. Now we can get the gold that I was trying to get. So we can unlock the shop, re-roll it away. Ooh. Scales the potion's area radially when stationary with vinegar. That's a concept right there. That sure is a concept. Give me back the random. We're gonna actually have the fire start traveling randomly to different enemies, and the illumination will circle. Or I crashed the game with that idea. Apparently, it just really didn't like that idea, and it just blew up. It did not approve of my nonsense. Maybe 2 different movement commands aren't allowed to be in at the same time. So we'll start with fire and the decanter like I talked about before and show that off. At least the music's back now. I think I want to focus on, like, getting blue dots first. Just need to keep all my enemies to my right. Which is rather difficult to do, as you can see. There we go. This way I can buy a bunch of stuff right off the bat. These goddamn gnats are obnoxious. Moves this potions area up. Oscillates this potions area vertically. Moves this potions areas toward the nearest ranged enemy. Grab the nickel. Reroll. Ooh, lightning. Phosphorus. I don't want any of those. Retort flask. Throws a bottle of this potion in the direction opposite where you're moving, which creates a potion area on breaking. That seems way better than the dedicated throw it to the right that I have right now, so we'll take that. Add an extra slot. Place the decanter with the flask, and then put nickel in there. So we're throwing the potions behind me. Okay, this seems to be a way to keep the blue going if I just kind of tap move. I need to move a little bit more than that to actually get the bottles to throw properly. This does not seem as effective as I thought it was going to be, because I really was expecting it to throw further than it is, I think is the problem. move the potion towards me now. Having it increase over time isn't a bad idea, but I don't think we're gonna be able to operate on that right now. But I'm grabbing it for the future. You also want the solution, because the further away the potion is, it will be beneficial to me. Yeah, let's see if we can boost the scale increase, and that might actually work out. We do want these potions lasting longer, because if they don't last longer, they're not going to do a damn thing for me. Because if I'm not moving, those potions just kind of drop at my feet, which kind of works, kind of doesn't, if I'm honest. Is the issue with using backwards throwing potions is we're actually too fast. Like, we outrun the enemies by too far a margin for me to consistently get the potion bottles into place. So I probably should have went back to the ones that throw to the right, just because I can more consistently control those. Or alternatively, we go for the gold strategy. Actually, yeah, that'll work. Potion bottle throws in a random direction and then rotates with the gold. Because we don't have anything that makes this move in a direction yet, so this should be okay. Yeah. So now I've got orbital fire. It throws at an inconsistent distance, which is still an issue because the potion bottles have physics, which is kind of neat, but also kind of a menace to my function here. It's really interesting how these things work, though. Like, you're able to make some very powerful combinations if you get the right stuff. And some damn silly ones, otherwise, it seems. I do think it needs a couple things fixed, though, like, you know, the music not looping. Music not looping is a real bummer. People are not really going to be into it if it doesn't have any music. And the music that was playing was solid. I don't have any blue, unfortunately, so I can't do anything with this. Base throw distance, increase base scale, decrease base orbit period. Let's just make our potions really big. That's much better. That's actually, like, really big. Now, God damn it. I was gonna say now I need to throw a bit faster, but I threw fast in a different way. I want to see more of the things that we can get, though. I'm interested. We'll have Chasing Fire back, because Chasing Fire is just effective. The Chasing Earth was also effective, but I think the fire kills faster. And the faster killing should be better for getting blue dots early on. So we can hopefully fish out some different elements. Grab the Sinister Vial for the future. Increase the potency at a rate of 50% per second while the potion is bottled. So I assume that means the longer before you throw the next one, the more powerful it gets. So that might be worthwhile. There's the gold again. Go ahead and grab the vitriol. We don't have any yellow to do much with here, though. So we'll just put the fermentation on, and that'll do for the moment. Getting a lot of gold this time. Which admittedly is not quite the balance I'd intended, but it'll be okay. Also, I grabbed this forgetting that I wasn't using the correct thing. So we'll set that up over here for a different potion and have our chaser fire last a bit longer. It'd be very funny if he just starts throwing empty bottles around. Like, they don't do anything, it's just an empty bottle that just smashes on the ground. And we got the flaming skulls back. Okay, what's this? Acid scales this potion's area in the direction their bottles were thrown. That would be useful, but I need an element. Oh, there we go. Gravity. Yeah, well, let's try gravity, because we already have fire. Gravity potions. And they'll just, like, travel to the left, which will hopefully drag the enemies with them off to the left somewhere. Just take them on a journey. Raise the base damage on my fire a bunch. Okay, gravity also does damage, which is good. We've just got a blast that just kind of wanders off to the left. And takes the enemies with it, though it doesn't seem to be doing a great job of taking things with it yet. Why am I still getting messages from this? Maybe we'll just block that. There's lightning, but I can't buy it, so let's go ahead and lock that in for the moment. We'll come back to that in a moment. And we'll build a third potion around that. So I'll need a vessel to throw it with as well. Maybe if we raise the pull speed on the gravity bottle, and we'll increase the throw speed as well. So it goes further away. Yeah, it seems to be slowing them better. At the very least, it's definitely doing some solid damage because they stay stuck with it longer. Our biggest problem right now is in order to go collect the blue stuff, I need to end up generating gold. Because I have to be able to move to collect the blue stuff. Not to mention, it's kind of hard to, you know, get to where the blue stuff's dropping when everything wants me dead. Okay, so let's get the lightning. Another bot. Alright, I need to unlock the shop before I can reroll. Now we can get random direction. Oh, we need to grab the cruet first. We'll worry about other details later. We'll just have random direction lightning bolts. Base dodge chance. Oh, increase your dodge chance against the thing you electrify. Okay, I was like, what the hell are you on about, video game? Let's go ahead and decrease our recharge rate. Yep. And there went the music again. I don't have anything set up immediately in hand to play music, so we're just gonna not worry about it. We'll just have to be in a slight quiet time here. Any of that. Yeah, we'll take potion travels in a random direction. Because we'll have the random lightning go traveling in a random direction. Just gotta remember, don't give the potions two different movement commands or they freak out. I see why there's a potion designed for chasing ranged enemies, though, because the ranged enemies run away from you. It's so hard to stand still for long periods of time. Because you wanted to go chasing after all the loot, and it's like, but you can't if you want the blue stuff. Don't want any of those particularly. I'm gonna grab another phlogiston because I have an idea. Let's take the vitriol off of the gravity potions and have them also travel randomly. Let's raise the move speed of the random travel and the fire chaser. This way they all move at a more reasonable pace towards their targets. Is the pull power of the gravity potion, make the gravity potion last longer. This way the gravity potion will do a lot more. Is it being dedicated to throwing left is only so helpful. Hey, thank you for the raid. What were we up to today? Hopefully you all had a good time. We're in slight silence right now because this game's music keeps failing to loop, but you know, it be what it be. And of course, as usual, if you need to raid and run, please feel free to do so. Make sure to take care of yourselves. That is always the first priority. I know streaming can be very tiring. But for anybody that doesn't know who I am, I'm Dracomut. As you can tell, I play a lot of indie games, but I do also play a lot of retro games. Basically, if it's old or odd, I'll probably play it at some point. So I got you covered. Hopefully you enjoy your time here. Right now, we're just playing a bunch of demos from the Bullet Heaven Fest on Steam. This game in particular is Brewed and Battered, which is basically alchemy simulator. You're mixing potions together to throw at your enemies to keep them away from you. For as long as possible. On any of those. Go ahead and grab the silver, because that'll be useful. Go ahead and grab ice for the future as well. Because I can get another potion going. But instead of the gravity potion traveling random, let's go ahead and have that travel in a rotation. Understandable. I do remember seeing you mention you were feeling kind of sick. Hopefully you end up feeling better once you can get some rest. Thank you again for trusting me with your community. I appreciate it. Wishing you the best. Go ahead and make that spin faster. Have this potion throw further so the orbit works better. Alright. Spinning gravity shield. I do appreciate just how much this game lets you have control over how your potions function. Like, that's the most interesting part for me for this. Even if a lot of the potions I'm making don't seem to be particularly effective, I find them very interesting. Okay, so that plan is mostly working. So we can start setting up the next potion then. Because we'll have the ice take on the random path, probably. Which means I need it to be throwable in some way, unless I can get Salamoniac again. And I just threw away the method by which it could have moved, because I'm a silly man. I don't have any more bottles. Do you want this? I have ideas. If I can expand this perpendicular the direction it's been thrown, then that will continue to expand and make a larger gravity well to deal with my problems. And we'll have the lightning potion just last a little bit longer. Nice and easy. Now, whenever I'm standing still, it generates the blue stuff for those just coming in. And whenever I'm moving, it generates the yellow. So I need to balance the two in order to be able to get what I need. Which is an interesting way of going about it, all things considered. Ooh, flora element. Fungi and carnivorous plants grow on enemies, creating a small chance of healing you when the enemy dies. Well, I was going to go with ice, but that sounds really useful, especially for a guy like me who has only 1 hit point left. Now, thinking about it, we don't actually need a bottle for this immediately. Because what we can do is have it go in a random direction when it spawns. It just won't have any initial travel speed. It's going to be the problem, so it's going to be kind of slow. I do have an interest in getting healed. Because now you see the green crawling plants coming off of us. So it is working. It's just not working super well. Because unfortunately I need to move to live right now, so... It's not the most resoundingly effective when it doesn't have much travel speed or distance. Right now it's fine to grab just everything. Actually, this can work. It gives me ideas. Yeah, Altus Ampule. There's the Salamoniac that I was hoping for, though, so we'll grab that. Expand this, which we no longer need the random direction thing, because Salamoniac will have it just chase enemies. And you don't want to give it more than one direction input, because we learned already that that crashes the game. Because the whole thing breaks. We should have a better chance of getting healed now, though, because the plants will travel with the fire. Which is an odd pairing to work together, but you know what? It works, so I'm not gonna argue with it. There we go. We triggered another reward. I need to start grabbing some more of these processes now, I think. Since we have a lot of potions and their potency's starting to fall off. Ooh, that would actually be very good, though. So we're gonna go ahead and lock that so we can get those ashes soon. Because both the potions that are Salamoniac potions are not gonna be in bottles, which actually reminds me, fermentation's useless on this one then, because it's never in a bottle. We'll go ahead and put that on the gravity potion instead. I just had a logic flaw there that I only just now realized. Like, oh yeah, your potion just, you know, doesn't fundamentally work. Oops. But increase your potency, so you'll hopefully do more damage. Keep raising that heal chance, because we need another hit point. Of course, now the plants travel, like, crazy fast. Well, never mind, we're dead. I didn't see that bullet. That's on me. That is completely my own fault for being distracted watching the plant go zooming away. But I think that'll do it for Brewed and Battered. We spent near on an hour on that because I enjoyed that one. Which, for anyone interested in picking up the demo and trying it for yourself, there is the store page right there. And we'll be getting the next demo queued up here now. Bear with me a second on that one. These haven't been quite perfectly aligning with the time I intended, which is mildly